Hello, hello.
¿Y yo?
Santi, ¿qué haces?
Acá. Mando la campaña a las
Eh,
chapas.
Esto se está grabando y va a estar en YouTube. Le puedo poner Stop Broadcast.
Hello, everyone watching. We're gonna start in about 7 minutes. All right, we're waiting for all the people to join. We're also waiting for Jordan, another teacher that we have. But those of you that have gotten our email, you're here because you got our email. Please, we're gonna say this once again, join our open Slack community, because we will try to focus our communication through that channel. But still, to join it. By the way, you can post any comment you want in the comments right here. I will keep checking them, so either myself or Martin or Jordan can answer them. So we're checking here the comments, guys. Just we're gonna change to a different platform. Not today, but we're planning to move to Zoom, which is a lot more, I don't know, it allows a better collaboration and communication, because right now, like, we can't see you. It's really hard for us to take your questions, and this just feels like a traditional Udemy course, which is not what we want. So we're gonna switch for the actual classes, like one starting on Friday, and on Monday we're gonna switch to the Zoom platform that we can. So it's gonna be similar like a webinar, but we will be able to see you all. And if someone has a question, we can promote them to the actual class. So you can talk to us like one by one, and it's much better. And yeah, YouTube was originally written in Python. I'm seeing here Chase C's comment. It was originally written in Python. It's a great example of a Python implementation. I believe right now they have moved everything to pretty much something like C or C++, like the bare bones of the player and all that, but still like what people uses, it's mostly Python. Like, I don't know, from creating comments to administering things, everything is written in Python. It's a good example. Also, for example, Instagram was originally written with Django, right? Not just Python, but Django, and it scaled a lot. It's Zoom, Don. It's a Zoom. We are gonna send you a link on how to download the client. Zoom is also pretty cool because it will allow you to use your phone to connect to the classes if you ever happen to be away, if you don't have a computer. It has a great mobile app you can use, but it also have, like, you can dial a traditional phone number free, toll free, and that will allow you to follow the class if you can't make it. And by the way, talking about Django, also Twitter, I don't know, I guess, by the way, I should tweet this link. I'm going to do it right now. For those of you that are kind of young, Twitter was originally built with Ruby on Rails, right? It was built using Ruby, and they had to change it for scalability issues. You know, they remember those, the old guys like me will remember the issues with the whale that was lifted out by Doves, I think it was, like the Twitter failing whale. Someone remembers? Let me check the comments. And they had a lot of scalability issues, and they switched to Scala. Well, that didn't happen to people on Instagram. You know, they have changed a few things, but they never had any scalability issues. So I don't know. I don't want to say anything, you know, but Instagram is scaling with Python pretty well. Anyway, I'm also going to share this link with you all. I don't know if you guys can see these. The fail whale, there you go, yeah. Fail whale, thank you very much. I had forgotten, because now Twitter was working much better. But that's because they completely refactored their whole architecture. You know, everything is working with Scala. Sorry, it's super. They have these big fault tolerant distributed systems. They had a project known as Snowflake. I think maybe it's still on GitHub. That the only idea of the system, it's a distributed system. The only thing it does is generating IDs, like IDs, because when you tweet something, it has to generate a new ID for your tweet, like 274 something. The whole system, the idea of the whole system is to generate IDs, and it's like thousands of lines of code for that. Which, of course, I understand, because from a reliable standpoint, it's really hard to generate IDs. I mean, you have thousands of people tweeting at the same time. Anyway, I'm drifting. Sorry, but it's an interesting story. By the way, we should get started in 1 second. I'm going to tweet our link, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so let's get started. I'm checking a few comments we have right here. So we will be using both Python 2 and Python 3. This is kind of an info session, but it's not an info session. Our idea is to present what we need to do today. And we also need to introduce you to our system, which is a students platform we built that has a lot of individual assignments to do and things to read and a few other things. And we will get started with that. So Alex, I have tweeted the link, but it's the link for this very same Hangout. I don't know if you guys were working for something different. So again, Python versions, Python 3 and Python 2, and we do this also with our courses. We prefer Python 3, so if you guys are just getting started and you need to install a version, just try to stick with Python 3. It's pretty cool. It's our preferred version. But the truth is that out there, if you guys want to do like professional Python development, at some point you will face Python 2. And it's really important to understand to understand what the differences, to know how to build compatible systems, right? So I don't know, writing portable compatible code is really important. So we will use both Python 2 and Python 3. Our preferred version will be Python 3. But at some point when we need to, I don't know, when you guys have to submit a project or anything like that, you guys will have to use both Python 3 and Python 2, all right? Because it's, I mean, it'll be much, much easier for us just to say, let's use Python 3, it's our preferred version, that's it. But the reality out there, you know, the job market requires you guys to know both, you know, and of course you will be better at some of these versions, you will prefer one over the other. But at least knowing that a print statement without parentheses will break in Python 3 is fundamental. It's really important. And how to check it? You can do, who asked that? So Shayar, to check the Python version, you can go to your console or terminal and just do something like Python minus capital V, like a V from version, minus capital V, and you will get the Python version. Or just for Python, sorry. Just do Python and you will get there the Python version. My background, all right, Gabe? Yeah, so just to kick it off, I think it's 8:30 for me Eastern time. So let's kick it off officially. Welcome everyone. First of all, sorry for using Google Hangouts on air. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not a preferred version. As I told you, many of you will be using Zoom. We're gonna share all these details later so you guys can catch up, so don't worry. And also the recording will be available. We will be using Zoom. That will give us a more personal touch. Right here, I can't see you except from the comments, and I really, really thank you for like sticking and submitting your comments. At least I can read and answer. We will be using Zoom, which is a more personal platform. You guys will be able to interact, like join the actual Zoom meeting and interact with us one-on-one, you know, so that's what a real class should feel like. That's the first thing. Second, we have split these courses into 2 different versions, instances running in parallel, both for Python, for Pacific time and for Eastern time, all right? That was kind of a last minute change, so that's why we decided to stick to the plan and today do this 8:30/9 session so we can get you all to meet you, and because we want to get you started with a few things we need to do. All right, so that's why we're starting half an hour earlier so we can also get like the Eastern people. By the way, the Eastern time won on our poll. I'm not saying anything, but just the Pacific time needs to take your game up. And my background, here we have Martin first, and Jordan will be joining us. We are part of rmotr, as you guys know. We don't want to do cheap advertising. To be honest, when we did the Reddit post, we introduced the main objective of this course, and it's just help you get started with Python. We know there are a lot of people trying to get started with Python, with programming, but to be honest, let me tell you this, and please, if you're gonna hear just one thing from all these sessions today, it's just one thing, and it's that it's hard to do programming. It's really hard to be a programming, and you guys are just getting started. There is a hard work road ahead of you on it, you know. And to be honest, just 1/10 of you will finish the course, and I don't know, 1 in 50 will end up being programmers, because we see it all the time. You know, it's a hard thing to do. We see a lot of people shining just because it seems cool, or because the media is advertising that there is, I don't know, there are a lot of shops available to shine for real in a really simple matter, but that's not the truth. You know, being a programmer and developer is hard. So I encourage you to like keep pushing, and that's why we did this course, like to introduce it, because for those of you getting started, we know how hard it is to find quality material that helps you grow and understand what you need to understand. You know, you can either choose something like Code Academy, which is, of course, is free, and it will give you a quick introduction of writing text. It's not really doing programming. You know, you're having no human interaction at this point. When you need to ask your questions, you know, you don't know how this thing works, and you need to ask your questions. You're interacting with the machine. That doesn't work, you know. So we know that you need human interaction. You need a more carefully planned schedule, and online options today don't cover it. On the other end, we also know you're just getting started, so you're not willing to pay money from your own pocket to something that maybe doesn't work at all, because you're exploring something. Maybe programming is not for you. Maybe you just want to take it easy. So we know you're not willing to put money, and it's a great option too, because you should be able to at least get your feet wet with some good option that it's cheap or free. So that's why we're doing this. What else? So what we're gonna cover, let me catch up with the comments here. Yes, the video will be available later, Kevin. Liv, question. Sorry, answering your question. Let me give you guys more details about the Python, the 2 new time zones we have. We're splitting this course into 2 different instances, each one with a different time. The one for the Eastern time will be done on Mondays. And sorry for the change of dates, but like creating new instances moved our teacher, so we needed to reschedule the dates. So Eastern time, anyone can of course join any course, but the one thought for the Eastern time will be happening on Mondays from 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, of course. The one for Pacific time will be happening every Friday, starting this next Friday, I think is the 21st, from 6 p.m. Pacific time to 8 p.m. Pacific time. All right, so Pacific time, Fridays, 6 to 8, sorry. Eastern time, Mondays, starting next Monday, I think it's the 24th, 7 to 9. All right, so we're gonna send those details again later. We have sent them again. Let me catch up with the comments here.
Hey guys.
Hey Jordan. Cool shirt, man.
Thanks,
I'm introducing these guys.
Hey, Jordan.
Let's go, Martin.
I'm introducing these guys to the change of time zones to get started. And we are answering questions. So Daniel here is asking about the IDEs, and I see a lot of people talking about IDEs. Guys, you don't have to worry about that yet. All right, we know that you're getting started with it, and it's really cool to like set up IDEs and your local configuration and all that. But you don't need, yeah, Jordan, I think you have to mute you. I'm gonna mute you, Jordan, in case you want to speak. Wait. So IDEs, don't worry about it. You will not need them. I mean, if you want to set up your own thing, go ahead and do it. It's a great way of practicing it, but you don't need your IDEs, all right? We're gonna give you guys access to Cloud9, which is an online IDE, a standardized version of an IDE. So we are all on the same track. We're gonna be following the same things. And yeah, no, Microsoft Word is not a good option. If we are talking about personal preferences, I don't know about Jordan and Martin. I actually use Atom, the GitHub one. It's not the best one. I mean, it just does the work. But PyCharm is a really good one, except for the price, but it's a good one. So as I was saying, I'm just gonna wrap up the time zone things, and I'm gonna push everything to short and morning here. We're gonna split it 2 times. Fridays, it's Pacific friendly time, starting next Friday, the 21st. All right, and the time is gonna be 6 to 8 Pacific. 6 to 8 Pacific starting next Friday. Eastern, it's gonna be Mondays, 7 to 9 Eastern time, starting next Monday, 24th. All right, we're gonna give you a lot of things to work individually tonight. All right, so you will be able to start today. And I'm going to say just one more thing before I pass this thing to Jordan and Martin. This is gonna be hard, guys. All right, programming is not simple. Again, there will be most of you will be lost on track, like in the way. I'm sorry about it, but it's how it's gonna work. Programming is not simple. Don't take it lightly. All right, you have to do a lot of hard work, and that hard work ends up paying off. All right, so try to give your most, like all your effort to it. We're gonna give you support. We're gonna answer every question. We're gonna rephrase every explanation 1,000 times if we need it. We're gonna put extra hour mentors for you. We want you to feel if programming is for you and how to get started. We don't want to do cheap advertising. We're the best teaching Python. So if you want to forward, if you want to keep moving forward with your Python education, you will surely choose us. But to get started, we want to help you, all right? And we will be helping you. But the truth is that most of you will be left aside on the road because programming is hard. So don't take it lightly. If I can give you a recommendation, set aside a couple of hours to work on these every day. You know, like tomorrow I go to the gym from 3 to 4. I have practice session from 4 to 5. I gotta be with my daughter from 6 to 7. 7 to 7:30, I'm gonna read something. You know, set aside some time and dedicate how much it is required. All right, so that is it. I'm gonna leave it to Jordan and Martin. I will mute myself and I will ping either Jordan and Martin when I see any comments. And the time zones, I think Jordan is pretty much covered. I think the other things to keep talking about are the platform, introducing them to learn and all that. But again, guys, if you have any question, I will be echoing to these guys here. All yours.
Okay, Martin, do you want me to go? Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
Okay. Why don't I cover the students platform? So everything you guys do will be on the Learn platform on the rmotr website. Can we show them it on the screen anyway? Or is that only in Zoom?
You can
sharing?
Yeah, you can share it. There's a green button at the left side. There's a popping up.
Okay.
So by the way, the sign up links are gonna be sent during this week, slowly. So they will all get it.
Okay. I'm just getting I'm just loading the Learn platform. Sorry guys. 1 second. Oh, here. This looks good. I'll do screen share. Tell me if this works for you. So here we have the Learn platform. This is the Introduction to Python programming class we started this month. And as you can see, it's pretty well organized. And on it, you'll see different sections of different material that we go throughout the course. On it, you can find recordings of the sessions that happened. For example, the one that happened on the 11th and the one that happened on the 13th. You find the record sessions. You can see the slides from the sessions. If there was a project, for example, there wasn't a project for the first class, so you won't find anything there, but you can access that project on GitHub, and then you can also see the solution. As for the Learn platform and what you do on the website, you can see all sorts of different documents and different problems. So, for example, we got this little introduction. Ooh, what's going on here? You can see video that Santiago made. You can see him up here in the top right, explaining how Python works, and then you can find the different problems. In general, the easier problems will be earlier, and then it starts to get a bit more difficult. So this one is just printing something simple. But as you go on, you might have something like, let's see what this one is, converting a Boolean to a binary number. So you can put in true and it comes out with 1, and there's a lot of that, right? There's a ton of these problems, and then you'll move on to the next section and find even more. And so everything you do will be through this Learn platform. As Santiago said, we'll get the links out to you guys so that you can set it up. You can see how well you're doing in the middle, how much you've done, et cetera, et cetera. But everything is really here for you on the website. You'll find a ton of exercises and things to work on just to make your Python better. When there are mentors available, this will light up and be a button, and you can request a mentor, and they can talk to you one-on-one. So you can get a ton of one-on-one help through us. And these mentors are people with a lot of programming experience who are actually in the industry helping you with whatever questions you have. Another thing that, here, I'll stop sharing. Another thing that we want to go over is the code of conduct. And the code of conduct is very important. This course, we had 4,000 people sign up to it so far, and that's a lot of people talking, working together, a lot of interactions between everyone. So we can't tolerate bad behavior at all. We have, we won't deal with it whatsoever. So we do have a code of conduct. You need to stick to it. If you feel threatened or you believe that there's a breach of the code of conduct, reach out to us and we will handle it. We have zero tolerance for anything inappropriate. If anyone says anything to you that's inappropriate, whatever, you just let us know. So it's good for you guys to review that and just be good to each other, pretty much, and you'll do fine.
Jordan,
okay, I think that's pretty good.
Before I forget, one more step out, but I want to say something for all of you guys. We will be selecting people to help us. We will be sending a form, all right, to have like private. We will be organizing like smaller groups within the entire course, like smaller groups, and we will, each one of these courses will have like a team leader, and that will be like carefully selected. So that's also going to be sent in the next email, just for you guys to know. Those that have time and want to collaborate with us, it's going to be really, really helpful. And of course, we're going to have prizes in exchange for your help. So I just want to say that, sorry.
Very cool. Is there anything else you'd like me to go over, Santa?
No, maybe show them like how to work with Learn, like how to run the code or how to submit assignments, or maybe Martin want to do it. Just that. Maybe that's the most important thing, so they can get started. Like they can start working right now. By the way, I think the original link, I'm gonna send it again. All right, so you guys can, let me send it to Jordan first. Jordan, I'm hitting you with the link there, and I'm also going to send one for you guys, so you can start working right now. Yeah, they tell me Santa. Chaz is asking why Santa. All right, I'll leave it to you guys. I'm gonna be stepping off. Show them like how to get started with the Learn thing. We will be sending, once again, all the links to set up your platform, or sorry, your account with our platform and get started. We're starting this week with everything, all the material, and you guys will get a ton of help from us. Happy coding, get started with the hard work, and see you soon.
Bye, Santa. All right, guys, I'll screen share again. And here we have the free Python course. All right, are we good? Yeah, I'm sharing. Okay. When you're finished with whatever you're on, so when you're finished reading this, click Finish Lesson. You can move on to the next thing. I'm going to show you, actually, I'm going to skip to a problem and show you how you'll be running tests on your problem. My this speeds up. I can do it on this one. This is from the intro class. But for example, this is a really simple one. You'll see on the left-hand side what it wants you to do. Sum of two numbers, right? A function that receives two numbers and returns their sum. Gives you an example. What's the sum of 2 and 3? 5. And then you can run the tests together by hitting Submit Solution, or you can test it individually on each one by clicking Run Test. So for this one, let's say we're silly and we say return A minus B, which will obviously fail. You want to run the test, see, boom, that does not work. So it says we did not get it right because we got -72, and that doesn't equal 88, right? We do this, make it correct. See, oh, I got it. Both correct. Both the tests worked. Submit the solution. Worked. We can see down here that it ran 2 tests, 2 passed, 0 failed, and that's how long it took. Very short amount of time. You can move on to the next thing. It's very straightforward. It's really easy to navigate, learn. Maybe it takes you a minute to get used to at first, but I think that you guys won't have any trouble going through it. Again, write a function that returns none. All right. Well, let's say returns true. Oh, not going to work. Tells you what's up. What's wrong with it? Again, it works. But like I said, things will get harder as you go along. We had a couple students have issues with this problem. Insert dashes every 3 characters. So things definitely escalate, right? And now this one wants you to write a function that receives a string and inserts dashes every 3 characters. So hello world becomes hello dash world, right? And you have the test. That's pretty much all there is to it. So also some neat stuff about it is you can find like the source code for all this, and you can click this. Like, let's say you were really frustrated with it and you just want to find a solution. You've been stuck on it for a while. You can click this, the link to GitHub. Ooh, sorry about that. We'll definitely. Oh well. Anyways, let's say that there's a broken leak for the GitHub. You can click on the bug report right here. You can say broken link for the insert dashes. Yada yada yada. A new issue, and we would actually really appreciate if you guys do that, because the sooner you point it out to us, because sometimes we might not find it, or that link might just broke, and the sooner you submit a bug report, the sooner we can get on it and just fix it right up. So whenever that happens, but let's say we go back to our first Python test. We want to see the GitHub. You can see, so you click the GitHub icon, you can go here, you can go to the solutions for it, and you can see how in this case, Santiago would answer this question. Sometimes it'll be Martin, and you'll see the answer to it. So it's pretty nice, you know, because I don't know about you guys, but if maybe you were doing something on Code Academy and you get stuck, and or maybe you're taking a free like Coursera course on Python and you get stuck, and there's not a lot of resources for you. And sometimes when you're super frustrated and you've been stuck on something for a long time, which happens to all of us in programming, especially in the beginning, sometimes you just need to see, okay, how would an actual programmer answer this question? Like, you know, you're so stuck, you got to see the answer, put it in your head, and then come back to it later and try to do it yourself, right? This is so convenient for that, because I know I've spent a lot of hours super frustrated when I can't answer a question. So I think that's it. Martin, why don't you tell me if there's anything you'd like me to go over?
No, I think we're pretty much done, Jordan.
Okay. All right, guys. I hope you have a great time in this course. You know, I think that over here at rmotr, we do an awesome job at teaching people how to learn Python. So I hope you really get the most out of it.
Yeah, so guys, thank you very much. Don't worry about all the information we provided today. We know it's a lot, and we don't want you to just remember everything. So we are going to send again some emails later this week, and everything is going to be included there. So just don't worry and keep an eye on your email, our Twitter account, and also please join the Open Python community in Slack, because that's the main place where we communicate stuff. So just make sure to be there, and also keep an eye on your email account, okay? Thank you very much, and see you later this week or next week on Monday for people in their time zone. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.